George, we've just been having a wee look at the stats, and you've started every game this season apart from Broxburn. I mean, that's a fair level of consistency and I guess fitness as well.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Obviously, it's what you want to do, isn't it? So you want to play games. That's the key thing. I've really enjoyed it this season. You know, we've had a lot of good results, a lot of ups and downs, but you know, I'm trying to obviously just take care of the body as everyone is in there as much as you can, especially at this stage of the season. It's important because you know it has been a long season because we've done decent in the cups as well, so it adds a few games. And yeah, no, I'm happy to play and you know just try and help the team in any way I can.
So a long season and all boils down to the next few weeks. It's absolutely crucial, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. No, we're looking forward to the end of the season. Obviously, disappointing result at the weekend, and we know we need to be better on that for these next few games and see where that kind of has us at the end of the season. And you know, and then if it's playoffs, you know, we go into that and we look forward to that. And yeah, but it is important to just take it each game at a time. You know, it's a big one on Friday, and you know we want to go and put things right from the weekend, and that's the main focus at the moment.
What was said about last weekend, both in the dressing room afterwards and in the days since? What's the theory on what went wrong?
I feel like we maybe could have been probably braver on the ball at times. Played a little bit more, kind of out from the back and stuff. Switched the play a few more times. I think there was times we did get the ball into the final third as well. I think that was probably the most disappointing thing, was the kind of the crosses, which we're normally really good at. You know, especially when it's Mano, and then obviously Gio came on, and the two of them were up front together. You know, crossings kind of, if we get that right, you know, there's two boys in there who are wanting to go head it as well as others coming in there. So I think you know it probably wasn't the prettiest game to watch, but I don't think there was much at all between the teams. You know, obviously Donaldson scored the world, you know what I mean? So there's nothing much we can do about that. But I mean, the main disappointment was probably that kind of in the final third, you know, where we've been brilliant this season. You know, we've scored a lot of goals. It probably just wasn't quite clicking. You know, whether that was the final ball or final cross, or just wasn't quite falling for us. But that was probably the biggest disappointment, but you know we'll work on that this week and hopefully get that right on Friday.
It's not a stat you want to dwell on, but it's 1 win in 5. It's a bit damaging, isn't it, at this stage of the season? You don't want it to be damaging in the final analysis, but it's I guess a really disappointing run of results.
No, it is. You know, we're all disappointed. You know, after each game, you know, when we've not got a result that we wanted. You know, it's been disappointing. You know, but we do have to kind of put that behind us. You know, we learn from it 100%. You know, today we went through kind of the analysis of the game on Saturday there and what we can do better. And you know, we need to take that, like the learning from that, and take it into the next game. But it is important to, like you say, although it's maybe not on paper the best run, you know, we need to just kind of get our heads down and focus on ourselves. And all you can really do is look forward. You know, it can create issues. You know, if you're kind of dwelling on it and looking too much in the past. So that's what we're focusing on. It's a good group down there, and you know, we get round each other when things aren't going well, and we keep each other grounded when things are going well. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster season, to be fair, but no matter kind of how we've been doing on the pitch, you know, the mentality's been good.
And I guess there's no better way to lift yourselves, because you're going to have to lift yourselves Friday night against Falkirk, because you're playing the best in the division, basically. Yeah,
no, exactly. They're top of the league for a reason. They're a very good team. They've got really good players. They play good football. They can mix it up at times, you know, to playing and then kind of turn it in behind as well. So we know we're going to be in for a game. You know, if you count the cup game at the start of the season, you know, they played them 4 times this season, and you know, most of the games we've done well as well. So we take the confidence from that, and we know that if we turn up and we perform and play our best stuff, you know, we'll give them a right good game, and you know we can hurt them as well as you know do well defensively and stuff as well if we bring our A game, which we're going to have to do, because like I say, they are a very good team and top of the league for a reason.
I think the atmosphere will play into your favour as well. At the moment it's 6,000 plus and counting, so it's going to be a great atmosphere in here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, it's fans have been brilliant all season. You know, like you say, when maybe on paper not in the best form at the moment, but you know they've still been supporting us, and we really feel that behind us, and it's going to be big on Friday night for us as well. You know, so no, yeah, we're delighted that a lot of them are coming down, and hopefully we can get a good performance for them.
Good luck, George. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.